Hey, what is up? I just got back from a hike up a hill with my son, and today I want to talk about the uphill rule. It was many years ago that I started studying John Maxwell, and one of the things that John Maxwell talks about is business, and how in business that it is uphill all the time, all the way. And when I heard that, a couple of things happened. One, I was like, oh man, I can't believe I signed up for this. But two, I realized that the challenges that were in front of me were meant to be in front of me, and that it was all on purpose. They're not to disqualify you and thinking that you're not able to do those things, but it actually is there to help you grow your strength, help you grow your skill set, help you grow who you are. And I can't tell you, first of all, how many times I've been flagged down by people that are driving down the hill that are like, do you want help? Like, they think that I'm struggling, which I probably look like I am, because I've got a 20-pound baby that I'm carrying up. And then I came to a fork in the road, and there were three options. One, I could turn back and go the way that I came from. Go back the way that I was comfortable. I could go home, I could grab my coffee, or I could go down the hill, down to the beach, and sit at the beach for a couple of minutes before I walked home. Or road number 3, I could hike to the very top of the mountain. There was another 15-minute hike up the mountain, and it's like the most grueling part is the end. It's like straight uphill. So I could have done any of those things. And this absolutely pertains to business. You can strive for something new, you can strive for a new business, and then you're like, man, this is too hard, I'm gonna go back to the job that I had. Because entrepreneurship is uphill all the time, all the way. People think, okay, I'll get into entrepreneurship and find my freedom. Well, it takes years to do that, and you end up working twice as much, but nobody tells you that in the first place. You just get to work and do the things that you love as opposed to the things that you're paid to do. I look at my 3 options. Do I go home, drink my coffee? Do I go down to the beach and take a rest? Or do I go up the hill? What I haven't told you is that the last year I eat really healthy. I have started going to the gym. I've been exercising, and I've still struggled with postpartum weight loss, which has never been an issue. Like, I've been to the gym. I've gained and lost 30 to 40 pounds 4 times in my life, only 2 pregnancies, okay? So I know how to do this. I know how to eat and all these things. You know, I've tried a metabolic reset a couple of times. I've done all these things and nothing seems to be working. And so just yesterday, I hired somebody to get my hormones figured out. So the things that you do for your health, you would also do for your business. If you get stuck in a place, you either go back to working a job, or you figure it out, you hire a mentor, you take some time off, then you go back at it, right? You decide which way you go. But I was sitting there thinking, okay, which of these 3 options? I'm trying to talk myself out of it on one side, but on the other side, I was like, I'm just going to go for it. You know what? I'm already here. I've already come up the hill. I've already been going for 30 minutes. It's already been hard. Why not another 15 minutes? So I keep hiking up the hill, and I get to the top, and what I will tell you at the top is it was phenomenal. I got to see all of the whales. Like, it overlooks the ocean, and I got to see all of the whales that were spouting. There were whales breaching, there were whales close to shore. I just had this bird's eye view of Cabo San Lucas, and it was just the most beautiful day. And I was so proud of myself for making it up there after being sick for a couple of days, being defeated because my diet, my exercise haven't been paying off. You always have this choice of like, do I keep going up this hill? Do I keep going after what I want, even though it's going to be hard? And when you choose the hard thing every time, life gets so much more clear. The second thing that I didn't tell you is, well, when I decided to make that secondary 15-minute hike to the top with my 20-pound baby attached to me, right? So still hiking up this hill, I had a young guy, single guy, run up beside me, pass me, go to the top, and then circle back and come back down in front of me. So how many of you have been building business and you're hiking up this hill and you see people skyrocket past you or lose a ton of weight or whatever the goal is, and you're just like, what the hell, man? Like, I'm working so hard here, and you just see somebody do it effortlessly. So the lesson in that is that there's always going to be people that have trained more than you. There's always going to be people in different stages than you. There's always going to be people that have more knowledge than you, and you have to accept where you are. The only person that you're in competition with is you. So even though, you know, I laughed when he came back down and passed me, and I just shook my head and kept going and kept hiking my way up, sweating. So we get to the top, and I have this like perfect view of the world below me, and I was just like, I'm so glad that I did this. I'm so glad I kept doing the hard thing. I'm so glad that I didn't quit. I was so proud of myself for feeling under the weather, for hiking all the way to the top with a baby on me, which, by the way, I didn't tell you. Many of the people around here, when I show up at the beach on the other side with the baby, they're like, where do you live? I'm like, oh, on the other side, the other side of Pedregal. I live, downtown. They're like, how did you hiked over the mountain? Like, that's crazy. You brought the stroller, you brought him. I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm trying to get fit after the baby and like working on that. And, we can do hard things, right? I'm really proud of myself for doing the hard thing. And that's the lesson in it all. When you choose hard every single time, when you choose to push through the limit that you had that day, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're not feeling up for it, you get to have a sense of pride on the other side. This is how you build confidence, right? By doing the thing that you say you're going to do, by pushing past those limits, by building, a stronger body, by building a stronger business, by building a stronger mind, by doing those things despite the challenges, despite the things that are not working in your favor, despite the things that keep setting you back at zero, you still choose to move through it. You still choose to do more. And so when you learn the uphill law, the uphill rule of life, that anything worthwhile is uphill all the time, all the way, you start to look at life a little bit differently. Sometimes you pace yourself, right? I did take some time to rest the last couple of days because I wasn't 100%, but you get back into it as soon as possible. And hey, maybe you need to hire a mentor. Maybe you need to hire a personal trainer to get back into shape. I just hired a hormone specialist, a functional medicine doctor, to run all my hormones, to do a massive blood test, to figure it all out. Because I know from clean eating and exercise that I should be at least moving a little bit on the scale and nothing's happening. So I need to hire an expert. In business, when you get stuck, when you keep smashing your head against the wall because it's not working, you hire a mentor, you learn some new skills, right? Maybe you read a book or listen to a podcast. It's all the same. In parenting and relationships, right? If your relationship isn't going well, you go to a counselor. If you're having trouble with your kids, you seek somebody that can help you with sleep training, somebody that can help you with behavioral stuff, somebody that can help them with school if they're frustrated, right? You don't have to sit in it. But you learn to move through the hard stuff, and I'm telling you, you become a different person in the process, one that can take on the world even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't feel powerful or your best. Because the little things that you do daily to push past those limits are the things that build your strength, your confidence, your courage. That's how you win long term. So I hope that this helps someone today that is like staring at that uphill mountain that might feel like Everest. But really, it's there for a reason. It's there to test you. It's there to help you build strength. It's there to show you that you can and build the confidence in the process. Hope you guys have an awesome day. We'll see you again next time.